Children's well-being is becoming even more of a focus within the early years community. At the European Early Childhood Research Association Conference, EECERA, Dr. Tessa Livingston, best known for her work as a writer and executive producer of BBC's Child of Our Time, faced delegates with some difficult statistics on well-being. She questions whether better communication in families and schools and greater freedom during the early years could make a crucial improvement.
I've been very concerned for some years now about the level of stress that young children regularly find themselves in, and I think it's very damaging for a child, particularly for a child who is trying to learn.
British children are the most unhappy, the most bullied and nearly the most mentally ill out of 23 developed countries, UNICEF. 1 in 10 children aged 5 to 16 has a clinically recognisable mental disorder that requires psychiatric help. The number of children who are prescribed with antidepressants has quadrupled from 1998 to 2007. That's from the UK government. And 91% of adults think that their children are more unhappy than they were as a child. And that's from the recent Good Childhood project. These are shocking statistics. Mental health issues include violence, general anxiety. There's an increased recognition, of course, of ADHD, autism, Asperger's, as well as that. Grief, for instance, in context of broken homes, that's on the up. Single parents, stressed and often much maligned, working long hours with low wages and general money worries, also on the up. Exam stress, this is relatively new for such young children. To do well seems more important. Lack of playtime, again, very recently measured. Poverty, attachment issues, body image dysmorphic syndrome on the rise. Communication issues. School teachers are telling us that more children start school with communication problems than they used to. And finally, despair and suicidal thoughts. It's a sorry picture.
I don't really know what a curriculum for well-being is, actually, but I do know that one of the main things a child needs is to be recognised as the person that they are, and welcomed and enjoyed and made comfortable. I believe very strongly that children, even at school, need to be able to chat, which might be about anything, and it might be around something that you're making or doing.
I think a woodpecker. What? A woodpecker. I've seen a woodpecker. Oh, it's dig a hole.
It's everybody talking, and it's not a piece of learning. It's not saying count up the number of forks there are or anything like that. It's just about talking about what they think is interesting and fine to talk about. And I think that that's the curriculum that is pushing forward all the time. Push, push, push. Let's make sure that they really know how to read and write and do arithmetic and, make nice pictures with the sun there and, the clouds, And I'm not sure that that is really a very good way for a child to move into a space where they love to learn, where they know that they can learn on their own, whatever they're doing, and that they can experiment.
Somebody called this the era of the battery child. This is a slide of a group of people, starting with a child who was only allowed to go 300 yards, which is pretty good actually for this day and age. His mother Vicky, aged 8 in 1979, was allowed to go to a swimming pool half a mile away. His grandfather, Jack, in 1950, could wander in the woods alone at roughly a 1 mile radius. And these are all 8-year-old children. And his great-grandfather, George, aged 8 in 1919, was allowed to walk 6 miles there and 6 miles back to go fishing for the day. I don't think that life has got that much more unsafe. I think that we have got that much more worried. And that's one of the reasons why children are finding it difficult to grow up and to have adventures. All of these contribute to the low rate of well-being in this country. We and you are part of the solution. Thank you very much for listening to me.